As we all hopefully realize, the soundtrack to Onimusha Warlords, originally credited to Mamoru Samaguchi, was actually composed by Takashi Nigaki. Samaguchi, advertised as a modern Beethoven due to his alleged deafness, was eventually revealed to not only be capable of hearing, but to have also had all music credited to him since the mid-90s ghostwritten. The remaster of Onimusha Warlords was well received, as it should be, but the game's re-release did not come without censorship. The original soundtrack was done away with. Capcom could no longer credit Samaguchi without reviving a dead issue. So not only was the soundtrack replaced with a new one, but all reference to a soundtrack was removed from the credits. So, how could Capcom have released a game with the original soundtrack intact? Sorry for the poor Windows paint job. Anyway, yes, I know the issue is complicated. For one thing, Japan is largely deemed to be a collectivist country. Preservation of social harmony is encouraged. And while Japan is technically a democratic country with many free speech protections, much like the conservative and the liberal sides of an American family at a Christmas dinner, there is a powerful urge to avoid making a fuss. Often one either keeps their views to themselves, or tiptoes around those assertive enough to express their own views. There is a sense that the best way for people to deal with each other is that which doesn't ruffle any feathers. A good ideal, but as with individualism, this outlook is far from perfect. To place Nigaki's name in the credits of the remaster, and to use his music, would be to admit that Capcom made a mistake. It would bring negative attention back to Samaguchi and disrupt the lives of his family. Many people would lose face, and harmony would be disrupted. I do believe that everyone deserves a chance at redemption, but I do not believe that excuses them from having their actions called out. Unfortunately, this system makes it very difficult to call out a person or a corporation. For Nigaki's name and score to be implemented into the next port of Onimusha Warlords, something major would have to happen. Nigaki would have to compose some music for a high-profile movie or video game, something that would make him so popular that skirting the issue of his erasure would no longer be possible for Capcom. People living in allegedly individualistic countries might think it's pretty shitty that not only is the work of Onimusha Warlord's true composer neither being used or credited, but that Capcom is even willing to let the composer of the new soundtrack go uncredited as well, in order to sidestep the issue. This result is, unfortunately, the most peaceful. If legal issues can lead to such a result, then it is important that fans do everything in their power to preserve gaming's past in all its forms and versions, whether it be by keeping their physical copies intact and taken care of, preserving the games they've downloaded on their hard drives, or maybe even relying on or encouraging piracy. That would be an unfortunate solution, but it can be argued that the gaming industry is bringing it on themselves. At the very least, Takashi Nigaki deserves to be remembered.